Hi everyone, we are NotDuoLingo and this is our final video submission. Before we begin, here is our reminders feature. It appears every morning at 9 AM. An additional reminder will be sent at 7 PM if the user has not used the bot for the day. We will begin by calling /start. For new users, there will be an additional line sent to inform them that they have been successfully added in and will be prompted to set their time zone. First, going into /settings. We can see our current settings. Reminders and translation for the AI conversation has been enabled for us. We can enable and disable them by pressing the respective buttons. This is to power the reminders. If we were to call settings again, we can see that they have been disabled. Now enabling them back on again. The changes are also reflected here. We can also modify our language track. We will receive a new message and providing us a choice of which language to choose. Here I select Mandarin and there's a success message that my language has been set to Mandarin. We can also modify our time zone here. We can utilize the up and down arrows to set our time zone. Once we have set our time zone, I can press OK. And there's a success message showing that my time zone has been successfully set to UTC minus 7:30. We can see that these changes have also been reflected. There's an additional button to clear conversation history. This is used for our AI conversation feature, which stores chat history, allowing AI to remember messages sent from earlier sessions. We can view our achievements and points with the function /view progress. It shows our total points, current language track, words learned for each language, as well as the achievements earned for each language, and points achievements. If we were to earn a new achievement, we will be notified. Now, we can call /start session. We should check if there are any space repetition quizzes due before a lesson can begin. Here, we can see that there are some overdue space repetition quizzes. Upon answering the question, we will get a confirmation message if we have answered it correctly or wrongly. For some space repetition quiz questions, an MP3 file such as this will be provided. If we were to answer it wrongly, the confirmation message will also include an explanation. Upon answering the question, we will automatically move on to the next word once the previous question is answered. At the end of the space repetition quiz, we will be informed that we have completed all overdue space repetition quizzes and can now begin a new lesson. Now, we can use /start session to begin our lesson. The lesson feature informs us of our current language track, as well as the part we are currently in. We use /next word to move on to the next item in the lesson. We can see that we have received a notification that we have earned a new achievement for the Mandarin language. If we want to end the lesson prematurely, we can use /end lesson. And we can carry on from where we last left off, using /start session. Now, moving on to regular quizzes, we have two sets of questions. We can call the quiz with /start quiz. We have two types of questions, the pronunciation type as well as the meaning type for each language. The feature first checks if we have enough progression to activate the quiz. Here, as my progression for Japanese is insufficient, the message is edited to inform me that I have not progressed enough. Now, as I have sufficient progression for the Mandarin language, I am able to start the quiz, and the success message will be shown. The quiz feature has three options. If we were to click the correct option, a message will appear to inform us that we are correct. For each response, an explanation will also be given. Now, if we were to click the wrong option, a message will appear to inform us that we are wrong, as well as an explanation for the question. We can end the quiz prematurely with the function /end quiz. This shows us our score for the session, as well as the words we have gotten wrong. We can now move on to the leaderboard system with /view leaderboard. It displays the top 10 users ranked by points, as well as my current position on the leaderboard. Next is the pronunciation checker. We can begin by calling /check pronunciation. We are then prompted to input a word or phrase. Here, I'll be using a Chinese phrase. We can now send our voice note. 早上好. After some checking, we are informed that our pronunciation is correct. If our pronunciation is wrong, for example, 早上好. If our pronunciation is wrong, we will be informed and the correct MP3 pronunciation file is given. Lastly is our AI conversation feature. We can begin with /start conversation. As my current language track is set to Mandarin, I will be able to converse with the AI using Mandarin. The bot can also support other languages such as Korean and Japanese depending on your language track. As I have English translations enabled, I will see English subtitles at the bottom of every message. We can end our conversation with /end conversation. We can also disable our English translation through our settings over here. Now, we will move on to our software engineering principles. The first principle is encapsulation, which is the practice of concealing data from other parts of the system. We have exemplified this with practice by storing data in specific objects and maintaining abstraction barriers, allowing us to simplify the process of modifying future code. Our next principle is modularity. We have separated our system into separate modules to handle each specific function. Doing so not only allows us to work on different modules simultaneously without interfering with each other, but also simplify testing and development. An example would be our pronunciation.py file, which consists only of functions related to the pronunciation feature. Another example of this would be our ER diagram, which separates various parts of the database. Our last principle is version control. We have used GitHub to track and manage changes to our software code. We have used bunching to allow us to work on different features simultaneously without affecting the main code. Functions are only merged after testing has been successful. We have also implemented a continuous integration workflow on GitHub Actions, which triggers a series of tests and results are provided by GitHub. Our continuous integration pipeline also includes automated unit testing, caching to speed up the workflow, and linting with Flag 8 and ISOP. The ISOP changes are automatically committed and pushed to the main branch.